This is the very first mask I ever wore.
Whoa.
This is actually this mask right here. I'll show you. This mask here. This mask on the cover of the CD. Because shortly after Ozfest, this thing started to do what it just continues to do. It was starting to gag me out, like it was melting to my face. So I had to wrap it in duct tape, and you can actually see the duct tape back here in the back. So all inside my mask was basically duct tape, and then afterwards it was just done. I was just like, oh man, that sucks.
Do you think that Slipknot, circa this last tour, kind of had the same message to the fans it did in '98?
I think it had a better message, you know? There was definitely a message of longevity. There was a message of connection. There was a message that we were together again, you know? And there was a message that even though we'd been through all this dark shit, we kind of like brought ourselves back together. And we fixed a lot of the shit that was wrong. And it made it exciting again. Volume 3 was really about the anger and the disappointment of almost being written off, you know, and really kind of pushed in a corner. It's like, yeah, whatever. We're not that band. We're not going to let anybody push us into a corner and write us off, you know. So a lot of that fire came from just basically everybody pulling themselves together and coalescing again and just basically saying, let's eat the world alive.
What was the shit with your dad that was coming through?
The shit with my dad, well, I never met my dad, you know. I've just now recently.
Really?
Yeah, which is fucking insane to this day. Is really weird. But at the time, like I didn't know my dad. I didn't know his name. I didn't know what he looked like. And for some reason, that was just that really fucked with me because of my, you know, the way I grew up, you know, very poor, very kind of out of touch, you know. I didn't have the chance or the opportunity to learn a lot of the stuff that parents teach their kids, right. You know. I mean, I mean,
especially to have like a masculine father figure.
Exactly. So I dealt with a lot of issues growing up, you know, and I, you know, I didn't meet my dad until I was 32.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean, it was heavy, and now we have a great relationship. But at the time, I didn't know anything about him, so I was like, he wrote me off, and he bailed, you know, and you know, came to find out that wasn't the case. But at the time, I didn't know, so I had a lot of bitterness, you know, and I'd ask my mom about it, and I'd ask my family about it, and nobody would tell me. So I was like, I was stuck,
right? And
it really fucking made me mad because I didn't know who I was. But at the same time, it helped me figure it out myself. It helped me figure out who I was myself. Instead of having a blueprint to go off of, I basically had to figure out my own shit. It was hard, but at the same time, you know, I think I'm better now because I did that. We had 3-4 strikes against us to begin with. We were a 9-piece band from Des Moines, Iowa, at the time playing brutal metal. There's no way in hell we should have made it.
Right.
We tapped on something that was out there that people needed. You know, there was a pissed off group of people that were tired of the really soft, really dishonest message that was going on out there. And we didn't care. We were just ready to eat people alive.
Can you think of like one moment, could have been this last tour, could have been any tour, where you just went, holy fucking shit, this is my life, this is my job, this is what I'm doing, this is so fucking cool?
I can't think of just one moment like that, you know. There are a lot of great moments like that I have. I mean, we did 2 shows in one day in Europe. We did the Roskilde Festival in Germany. We got on a plane, flew, and headlined the Full Force Festival in Leipzig, Germany. And that just, we weren't even really sure if we could do it, let alone if people were going to even want to see us. They didn't announce that we were playing the Roskilde Festival because it was added later. until, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days beforehand. We stepped on stage, and it was just people as far back as possible. And it was insane. It was the middle of the day. Not a lot of people knew we were going to be there. And as soon as we walked out, they were like, holy shit, they're here. And we had a great show. Then jumped on a bus, drove directly to the airport, got on a plane, flew into Germany. The bus came out onto the tarmac, fucking loaded us into the bus, drove us directly to the gig where all of our shit was already set up. We had maybe 25 minutes to catch our breaths, and sampling started.
Wow.
And it was fucking nuts, man. Like, it was, I was like, are we really doing this? And we walked on stage, and like, it was just a sea of people all the way back. It just like, they were just ready. They'd been waiting all day, and they were ready for it. I look over, and the guys in Anthrax are watching us. You know, there's Joey Belladonna, because this is right after the reunion thing had started, you know? And I'm just like, oh, fuck. What is going on here? You know, it was crazy. That, to me, that's probably one of the highest moments. Just the fact that we didn't think we could do it. We didn't know if we could do it.
Right.
And we did it, and we schooled it. Now, a band this size, and to be honest, I mean, we couldn't have done it without our crew. Our crew fucking went above and beyond for us, worked all day on both sets, packed everything up from Roskilde, got it on the truck, got on the plane with us, went back there, and then loaded the whole shit again at the end of the night. It's yeah, I mean, just the fact that we had a crew that was dedicated enough to do that with us was awesome, you know. Being in Slipknot is a lot like having cysts removed from your body. It's got to be done. It's painful as fuck, but at the end of the day, it feels really, really good.
Excellent.
Cool.
I don't even know if any of that's true, but I believe it. I really believe it.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Thank you so
Right on,
much
man.
for it.
All right, no problem.